Hey guys, I'm here at BR Cohn Winery and Olive Oil Company. I'm so excited. It is a beautiful day and a perfect day for some rosé and a tour. Let's go.
Let's do it. This is a 1920s working dairy farm. So, yeah, we still have about 12 acres of olive trees. So these are 160-year-old olive trees imported from France. They're called a pitcholine olive tree. One of the largest, from what I understand, one of the largest pitcholine olive orchards in the entire country. So it's one of the only places in California you can get pitcholine olive oil, which is a specific type. It's like a varietal. I tell people to think of it as kind of like a Pinot Gris of olive oil. The story is this used to be in the 1800s. This was a Wells Fargo train stop, and this place was importing some tree, there's just some, I guess at the time there were young trees that were imported from France. The train broke down or something happened where it was urgent that they planted them right here. And that's how this became the Olive Hill. So whenever you see one of our wines, it's Olive Hill Estate. That's why, because you're sitting on the Olive Hill.
Beautiful.
So the way the olive oil company was founded is in the late 90s. Bruce was thinking about getting these torn out. His wife was complaining a lot that his kids were dragging the olive juice in the house, ruining all the carpets and the rugs. So rather than tear them all out, they planted 120 more and started an olive company. And that's kind of the history of the olive oil company. They hired someone to manage the olives and just did his best to keep it out of the house. And since then, these trees are 160-year-old pitcholine olive trees. But yeah, so 1920s dairy farm. Then in the late 70s, Bruce Cohn, with the money that he made from managing the Doobie Brothers, he bought this place to raise his family. And actually just this little tiny house right here on the side you're about to see was the tasting room for the first 20 years, just this little guy right here. And his family grew up in this house. When they got older, they moved out and he purchased some property in the back. That's where he still lives. He's not actually the owner of the estate anymore. He sold it about 2 years ago. Still very rock and roll. We actually just signed a contract with Bottle Rock, if you've heard of them, the music. So they do it's like 60 bands within 3 days. It's this big music series. They had Tom Petty was there last year, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and big names like that. And that's where the Doobies have played 20 times or so. We had Journey out here. Leonard Skinner's been out here.
It's pretty unique too, because I haven't heard any other winery that's having music festivals.
Well, yeah, some places have live music on the weekends and stuff like that, but it's nothing like this.
Leonard Skinner.
Well, that's
Journey.
That's
Leonard
our
Skinner
brand,
comes out.
So, yeah.
That's amazing.
That's really what we focus on, is having people coming out here and having a good time and coming back. Shall we go down? See, sometimes where I eat my lunch, we got a little picnic table out there. Another really cool thing I think about this property is that we have a hot springs that runs right under the property. So keeps our grapes about 5 to 10 degrees hotter than a lot of these surrounding vineyards, which allows us to grow these nice big cabs and zins and Malbecs. That's usually what we specialize in. Yeah, so we're circling back here. This is where a lot of our Olive Hill Estate Cabernet grows, and then a lot of our Malbec as well. It's easier to show you the difference when there's leaves. But so what kind of wine do you like?
Champagne's my favorite, but in general, I really manly red wines, Cabernet Sauvignon. If you would imagine Jon Snow drinking it, I probably love it.
I like that you said that. So we have a property that we're friends with under the same company called Flight Deck.
Okay.
And they make the wine for the show. All the red wine you see on the show.
What?
Anything that they're pouring, all the Game of Thrones wine that you can buy. I just got my brother a case for Christmas.
No.
Yeah, so if you have some free time, go out to Healdsburg and try that out.
Any slow scrolls?
All the slow scrolls.
So I'm starting you off with our Sauvignon Blanc. The Sauvignon Blanc is outsourced. So a rule of thumb when you come into our winery is none of these wines you could buy at any liquor stores, grocery stores. We have a BR Cohn label that you can get in Trader Joe's and Costco and stuff, but it's not something we pour here. The Sauvignon Blanc though is outsourced, and the way we show that is the white label versus our black labels, which are the grapes that we grow right here on property. It's aged in stainless steel rather than oak, so it's got, you know, really light, shiny, crisp and refreshing flavors. A lot of pineapple and citrus. And we paired that with, you know, grapes with rosemary, marinated in our California Gold balsamic. Next, we have our Zinfandel, and we pair that with a raspberry that we marinated in our fig balsamic vinegar on top of mascarpone cheese, and then a rosemary raisin cracker. The Zin is one of my favorite wines that we make because it's got a beautiful bouquet. It's, you know, big cherry, plum, even I think maybe a little fig in there. And if you smell the balsamic vinegar on top of that, it's got a similar, so I'm guessing that's what it is. It's a little bit of fig, because that's a fig balsamic.
That does smell good.
But this isn't like a Sonoma County traditional, really, really fruit-forward, really jammy Zin. It's a little bit bigger and peppery, nice and tannic. I like to pair it with a smoky brisket.
That is delicious.
It's unreal. Yeah, that's only a 2015, so you could lay that down for 5 years and it would be stellar. So now we're on to our Malbec. This one's super smooth, not very tannic, big cherry flavors with a smooth vanilla finish on it. And what you're gonna pair that with is our 25-year balsamic vinegar and then our pitcholine olive oil. So those trees outside, this is our estate olive oil with a little bit of our brie cheese. Finally, we have a rice cracker with a cashew butter mixed with a little bit of a ginger white balsamic vinegar, our lime olive oil, the cucumber on top of it. We're finishing off with that cracker with our Cabernet Sauvignon grown right here on the Olive Hill Estate. Black label, it's a 2013. So you can do this with like a roast, you can do it with a steak. Got that acidity level that would match nicely with the tomato sauce. We have an olive oil club as well as a wine club. So the way our wine club works is people who, you know, want to get our wines outside of here. The only way you can get it is just, you sign up. We'll give you 25% off on your first purchase. We have a 6-bottle and a 12-bottle club. 6-bottle gets you 6 bottles twice a year, any 6 that you want. It's fully customizable. If you like it, you guys still gonna have time for some oysters out there? Hey, grab your white glass, I'll pour you a little bit more to pair with the oysters. Okay, so our oyster guy's getting here. Yeah, he's just pulling up. Every weekend, Saturdays and Sundays.
What is it?
Oh, then you're gonna have to stop me, get you some out here on the patio. But they're barbecue and raw. If you've been to Hog Island Oyster Company, he was the founder of Hog Island Oyster Company. He has a plot on Tamales Bay where he goes out and gets his oysters every morning. He comes out here and shucks them for us and barbecues and makes his own sauce.
Gosh, they're so glorious. They're so big. What kind of oysters are these?
These are Pacific oysters out of Tamales Bay. Where do you guys live?
I'm from Dallas, and oysters are my favorite thing in the world.
Oh, nice. We're about an hour north of San Francisco.
Mm.